Welcome to the Cardinals podcast here on STLSportsPage.com. Rob Rains reporting from a place we normally don't report in this time of year. We're down in South Florida for a little getaway. Came by Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium just to see some of the things that are going on here with all the construction. It doesn't look like much of the things that we thought might be happening before next spring training will be happening. And that's confirmed some of the reports that we had heard. A lot of that work is going to be done inside the stadium, the renovations, but the actual physical work out here on the Cardinal complex is going to wait till after next year. Another quiet week for the Cardinals, though, not only here at Roger Dean Stadium, but elsewhere back in St. Louis, where not a lot of Cardinal news. They did make a couple of announcements this week with the 40-man roster decisions. A couple players added to that 40-man roster. Sam Roberts, Adam Coughlin signed the two pitchers that the Cardinals picked up from Toronto for Jordan Hicks, added to the 40-man roster, as well as catcher Pedro Pages. Unfortunately, the pitcher who probably deserved to be picked up on the 40-man roster but wasn't, right-handed pitcher Ian Bedell from the product University of Missouri, left unprotected now for the Rule 5 draft that'll come up at the winter meeting. So probably still a ways away from the big league roster, but wouldn't be at all surprising if somebody takes a chance on him and thinks they can hide him in the bullpen for a year to keep him on their roster. So that will be coming up here in a couple weeks. One thing that will be coming up tomorrow, the Cardinals haven't made a lot of news so far this offseason, is they do have to make some decisions on Friday about who to offer contracts to out of their arbitration eligible players for next season. 9 players eligible for arbitration, and to me there's 3 of them that will be interesting to watch to see what happens. One, of course, is outfielder Tyler O'Neill. You would think maybe deserves a contract for next year. The Cardinals obviously talked about trading him this winter. They're probably looking at about a $5 to $6 million contract for next season, so they also could non-tender him and just let him become a free agent. So we'll see if that happens. And then a couple of pitchers that probably fall into that category as well, although not in that price category, is right-handers Dakota Hudson and Jake Woodford. They're both arbitration eligible for next year, and so we'll see whether they get a contract offer for next year or not. Those things come up on Friday. That would be a way to clear up a couple of spots on the 40-man roster going into the winter meeting. So now that roster is full at the moment. So that's what will be happening the rest of the day or so tomorrow, and then obviously next week being Thanksgiving, don't expect a lot of Cardinal news to happen that week as well, but has to happen here at some point. But not just the Cardinals. There's been really any movement within all of Major League Baseball. No free agents have signed yet, really no trades to speak of, so it'll have to heat up here a little bit, a couple weeks now away from the winter meeting. So things will happen here at some point. And when it does, we'll have it covered for you here on STLSportsPage.com. This is Rob Rains reporting from Jupiter, Florida.